días, soy Natalia Sánchez de Spanish-Perfecto and I'm here to help you learn Spanish-Perfecto from level 0. Today we're going to give a big step in our Spanish language skills because we're going to start talking about the past. Are you ready to start? ¡Empecemos! During this episode, you must be very concentrated. Although I'm making it very easy for you, you should leave everything you're doing right now. Grab a pen, your notebook, and pay careful attention. Well, we're going to start talking about the past and how do we do this in Spanish? In Spanish, the past is called el pasado. The past, el pasado. But this tense is called Preterito Indefinido. This is for me not very useful to learn a language, but depending on the purpose you have, it might be necessary for you. So, to make it easy, this is el pasado. To make it more difficult, el pretérito indefinido. Do you remember when we conjugated the verb to express the present, el presente? We should be doing the same to express the past. So we're going to learn how to conjugate the verbs to express something in the past. Before we start conjugating the verbs, we need to know when we use it. In Spanish, we have different past, and now you might be getting crazy. But in English, it's the same. Let's have a look, an example. For example, por ejemplo, bailar, to dance. In English, I danced last night. I used to dance when I was in school. I had danced already when he came. I have danced a lot, but I don't do it anymore. All these actions happened in the past. We have the same to express this in Spanish. So today we're going to study one past, pretérito indefinido. And this past is an action that happened and it's already finished. An action that happened at some point in my life and it's already finished. Usually this past goes with the following expressions. Ayer, yesterday. I danced yesterday. Ayer. Ayer. I danced before yesterday. Antes de ayer. Ayer, antes de ayer. Or you could also say anteayer. But let's memorize antes de ayer, before yesterday. I danced last week. Last week I danced. La semana pasada. It's like the past week. La semana pasada. I danced last year. El año pasado. Last year. Año pasado. El viernes pasado. Last Friday. This is a good moment. I know I haven't recapped the days of the week, but this is a good moment to have a look at the days of the week. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado y domingo. There are very nice songs out there, and it's like lunes, martes, miércoles y jueves. I'm not a good singer. But this is the way my daughter learned the days of the week in the school, and I think it's quite useful as well for adults because this way we can memorize better. So, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado y domingo. I know if you're a bit curious about Spanish, this is episode number 46, and you probably have researched already about the days of the week, the months of the year, the numbers, something I think it's not worthy to explain in a podcast because you just type on internet and it's memorizing, repeating and repeating and repeating. So let's continue. El verano pasado, the past summer, the last summer. And what about the last winter? El invierno pasado, the last autumn, el otoño pasado, the last spring, la primavera pasada. So, yo bailé el verano pasado, the last summer I danced. El febrero pasado o en febrero. I danced in February. Yo bailé en febrero. I danced in February. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. I'm pretty sure there is another song out there you can sing to learn the months of the year. As I said, when we express this past, we're going to hear these expressions. Ayer, antes de ayer, la semana pasada, el año pasado, la primavera pasada, en febrero. And then we know straight away we will be using this tense. It seems quite easy at the moment, right? There is just one tense in Spanish which is more difficult, and this is why I emphasize these expressions of time for this tense, because sometimes when we need to use the other past, we are not very sure if it's the other past, if it's this past. So knowing the expressions of time, we will know which past we should be using. And now, how do we conjugate the verbs? In this episode, we're going to have a look at the verbs ending with AR. This way, we won't get confused. There are many verbs in Spanish ending with AR, so we're going to be practicing only this, and during the following episodes, we will have a look at the verbs ending with ER and IR. Let's grab the verb cantar. Cantar, to sing. Remember, when we conjugate it for the present, we take off the AR. So we will have can't. Only can't. After this, what we have to do is adding the endings for each pronoun. Yo canté. Yo canté. Y para bailar and for dancing, yo bailé. Para saltar, I give you some time. Yo salté. Trabajar. Yo trabajé. Cocinar, to cook. Yo cociné. Preparar. Yo preparé. Esperar, to wait for or to hope for. But in this case, let's use to wait for. Yo esperé. Comprar. Yo compré. Ayudar, to help. Yo ayudé. Hablar. Yo hablé. Estudiar. Yo estudié. Tomar. Yo tomé. Viajar. Yo viajé. Practicar. Yo practiqué. Let's see tú. Tú cantaste. Tú bailaste. Tú saltaste. So we are removing AR and we are adding aste. Trabajaste. Cocinaste. Preparaste. Esperar. Esperaste. Comprar. Compraste. Ayudar. Ayudaste. Hablar. Hablaste. Muy bien. Estudiar. I'm pretty sure you're doing well right now. Estudiaste. Tomar. Tomaste. Viajar. Viajaste. Practicar. Practicaste. Para él y para ella. This is not very difficult. Have a look at this. Él, ella cantó. Él, ella bailó. Él, ella saltó. Él, ella trabajó. We remove the AR and we only add O. Cocinar. Cocinó. Preparar. Preparó. Esperar. Esperó. Comprar. Compró. Ayudar. Ayudó. Hablar. Habló. Estudiar. Estudió. Tomar. Tomó. Viajar. Viajó. Practicar. Practicó. Muy bien. And this one, it's even easier. Nosotros, nosotras. Cantamos, bailamos, saltamos, trabajamos. Does this sound familiar to you? It's the same as the present. So, how do we know if we're talking about the past or the present? Because we will be saying ayer, antes de ayer, nosotros bailamos el año pasado. Nosotros bailamos el viernes pasado. Then we know we're talking about the past. Nosotros bailamos todas las semanas. We're not talking about the past. So I will not go further with nosotros since it's the same as the present. Let's continue with vosotros, vosotras. Vosotros, vosotras cantasteis, bailasteis, saltasteis, trabajasteis. We remove AR and we add asteis. Entonces, so then, cocinar, cocinasteis. Preparar, preparasteis. Esperar, esperasteis. Comprar, comprasteis. Ayudar, ayudasteis. Hablar, hablasteis. Estudiar, estudiasteis. Tomar, tomasteis. Viajar, viajasteis. Practicar, practicasteis. Muy bien. Y para terminar, and to finish, we have ellos, ellas, cantaron, bailaron, saltaron. We remove AR and we add aron. Trabajar, trabajaron. Cocinar, cocinaron. Preparar, prepararon. Esperar, esperaron. Comprar, compraron. Ayudar, ayudaron. Hablar, hablaron. Estudiar, estudiaron. Tomar, tomaron. Viajar, viajaron. Practicar, practicaron. You probably forgot yo, tú, él, ¿verdad? This is why I told you to take notes because we should be memorizing a bit this conjugation. But don't worry because we're going to practice it a lot in a sentence. And we're not going to study the past with the verbs ending with er until we memorize this. And I'm going to help you to do this during the following episode because I'm going to give you sentences in the past and you will have to translate them with the vocabulary you already know, and you will be practicing a lot this conjugation. Let's conjugate again some of the verbs with yo, tú, él o the pronouns in a row. Por ejemplo, cantar. Yo canté. Tú cantaste. Él cantó. Nosotros cantamos. Vosotros cantasteis. Ellos, ellas cantaron. Bailar. Yo bailé, tú bailaste, él bailó, nosotros bailamos, vosotras bailasteis, ellos bailaron. Saltar. Yo salté, tú saltaste, él saltó, nosotras saltamos, vosotras saltasteis, ellos saltaron. Trabajar. Yo trabajé, tú trabajaste, él trabajó, nosotros trabajamos, vosotros trabajasteis, ellos trabajaron. Cocinar. I give you some time to do it. Yo cociné, tú cocinaste, él cocinó, nosotros cocinamos, vosotras cocinasteis, ellos cocinaron. Preparar. Yo preparé, tú preparaste, él preparó. Nosotros preparamos, vosotros preparasteis, ellos prepararon. And the last one. Comprar. Yo compré, tú compraste, él compró, nosotras compramos, vosotros comprasteis, ellos compraron. Today I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know me already and I haven't enjoyed. But this is always necessary, as I always say. And don't worry about memorizing it a lot because we're going to practice it. During the following episodes, we're going to listen to people talking in the past. And today it's very analytical, but it will make sense and you will be able to integrate it as soon as we use it and we see it in different sentences and context. So please bear with me, and I'm pretty sure we're going to enjoy together the following episode. Muchas gracias por estar ahí, and as I said, hasta el próximo episodio. Remember, you can always contact me through my website www.Spanish-Perfecto or my Instagram account Spanish-Perfecto. Hasta pronto!